ladies, and welcome back to a mini tutorial. I am going to be walking you through the steps on how to create the printed receipt or photo look animation in Canva. Now, the first thing that you need to do is create your canvas size, which is this size back here. And I am currently working with a 1080 by 1350 pixels, but you can do this with any size Canva document that you want, okay? The next thing is you want to have your images. You can have as many images as you want, but I found that 5 is a good place to kind of like be at. I do have 6 images here, but I'm going to be using one of them as part of my design. You want to go ahead and have your copy and all that good stuff, the things that you want to have on your design, maybe some words the folks need to read. And then you are also going to need one of these. You're going to need this receipt photo. That we'll be using for our printer look. Now you can create this if you want to directly in Canva, or you can come over to Pinterest. I am just going to copy and paste this. You can download it, you can screenshot it, whatever you want, but we just need to get it into Canva. So I already copied it, and then now I'm just going to paste it. And also with the paste, it's going to upload directly over here under your uploads. Now that we got that, the next thing is you need to decide what kind of background you want for your photos. You can definitely do Polaroids. You can put it on a plain square. You can even use circles if you want to. For this particular design, I am going to use the stamp look. So I'm going to go under elements and I am going to type in stamp. Now, they do have frames already, so you can definitely use one of these if you'd like, but I'm going to create my own. So I'm going to select see all. I'm going to grab this one, and then I'm going to come up here to my color, and I'm going to change it to black. From here, I'm going to go back to elements, and I need a frame, so I'm going to come down here under the frames, and I'm going to select the basic shape square, and now I'm going to take this and line it up directly inside of this stamp itself. Now, once I have this positioned the way I want, I'm going to select them and then hit group. Now, we have 5 images, so I need to create 5 of these. So I'm going to shrink this just a smidge, and we're going to start by lining this up here. I'm going to duplicate, so that'll be 1. And I'm going to space it out a little. All right, and then I'm going to duplicate 2, 3, and then 4. So now we have a total of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to select them all, and then I am going to hit group, which is up here hidden under this little panel. But now all of these are grouped. And the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 5 photos and I am going to drop them in each of the frames. So there's photo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now we have this, and that's our first step. So we'll just move this to the side for now, and I'll just delete this. The next thing that we're going to need to do is we need to do our background. So actually, I'm just going to move this up here, and we need to do our background. So for this, I'm going to do my background. You can do a solid color, you can do an image. I do find it a little easier if you use a solid color. So I am going to use black and red. Now by solid color, I meant that I need the top up here to be a more solid color. So I'm going to select the gradient. I'm going to the color here, and then I'm going to select gradient, and I'm going to change this to the red color, and then I'm going to switch the style. Then right here, I'm going to grab this and move it behind that, and then that looks good to me. But I need this to be just a little bit red, more red. So I'm going to duplicate this color, and I am going to grab this color wheel, select the first color, and then I'm going to move this here. And this is what we got. Perfect. So now we can cue in our little printer thingy-mabob. We're going to do a background remover, and then we can get rid of all this excess space like so. Now the key to this is we need to duplicate this, and you want to line them up. They should be exactly lined up. This top image, you can also hit position to make sure you're on the most upfront layer, the top layer. We're going to take this and we need to crop this until about right there, like right where it starts. We just need to crop it. And that's all that we need to do there. So now you'll see you have two pieces. You'll have your crop piece and then you'll have the whole piece. So what we'll do now is we are going to bring in our photos. So I am going to take this, and what we need to do is you'll see your layers panel here. We need this grouped photo to be in between our little sandwich. So I'm just going to drop that here. And as you can see, it is between there. So now what I'm going to do is drag the first image all the way up, barely to its peaking. And then I'm going to take me a rectangle and I'm going to change it to this top color here. So I'm going to select our color. I am going to click new. I'm going to grab this dropper and I am going to click up here. And now this is the same color. So now I'm going to take this and I want to line it up with the top of that group piece. And we are just going to cover that to our the best of our ability. And you can zoom in to get closer. And you can also hold down the control key to get super close. And then that is what we have. All right. So this is what we're working with. And then remember, you can zoom in as much as you want if you need to cover it a little more. All right. There we go. So now we got that looking good. We see nothing about our other images. And as you can see, this is still grouped together. The next thing that you can do is we can go ahead and look, it doesn't have to be up this far. Like you can bring it down some. Like I can scooch this down. And then I can just bring this up. So now I can add some text. I'm just going to squish that in some. I'm going to change this to white. And we just kind of going to make this look like a little ad. I'm going to change this to the same font, but capital. And I'm going to change this to white. And we're going to space it out some. All right, and then I'm going to take my other image, the one that we didn't use. I'm going to bring her down yonder, and I'm going to remove her background. And I just want her pointing at the designs as they come out. All right. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is delete the top half here because we no longer need that. We have everything that we need here. So the next step is we are going to duplicate this page. Well, I'm also going to go ahead and do the thumbnail. So let's duplicate that here. Not duplicate. We're going to click pages down here because I need to see the thumbnails. We want to see, this is the look that we want. So we're going to just duplicate this page. Okay. So if you hover over the image, you'll see the 3 dots up here. And then we're going to, you're going to keep duplicating them. So we've already did this one. Now we're going to duplicate the second one and we are going to pull this image down. This is image 1, but we want to put it down to the point where we almost see the second one, but not. Then you're going to duplicate it again. And this time we're going to reveal, and we're going to do the same thing over and over again. All right, so we're going to duplicate this until we have all of our images. So this is 1, 2. Now we're on the third. We're going to duplicate it one more time. We're going to see 4. And we're going to duplicate it one more time. And then now we should be revealing the last image. All right. Next thing you want to do is you want to hover between the transitions. Okay. So we're going to select transition and we want to come over here to match and move. We're going to apply this between all the layers and we're going to move it up just a little. And then you can check it by clicking preview and you can see how it looks. And you can determine if this needs to speed up, if it needs to slow down, however it needs to go. You are in control of that. So another thing that you want to pay attention to is right here on each of these. This is the duration, the edit, the timing. So right now, each of these clips are 4 seconds. We can change that. I'm going to change that this should be about 2 seconds. We're going to select right here to apply to all pages. And then now we can take a look to see what it looks like. All right, that looks good. And from here, you can finish up your design. Once it's completely done, you're going to share, download, and you want to download this as an MP4, and then you will have your full animated design. Toodles, ladies.